everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. We are taking a look at something new on the table today that I hope you guys really like. This has been, and all the knives that I've gotten in recently have just been an absolute joy to have. Hey, do me a favor, if you could hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. It does help the channel. And if you are not a subscriber, I would love to have you here all the time, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. What are we going to look at? This is the Giantmouse Ace Corta. And this has been a fun knife. Now, this is courtesy of Giantmouse, so I would like to thank you very much for loaning these to us to review. There's another one I'll be reviewing too, but this is absolutely awesome. This is definitely kind of really, it's my type of knife. Right off the bat, it goes for $195. You can get the green canvas micarta with black G10. The green canvas micarta, the black G10 with a blacked out blade. So the beautiful thing about these is these are manufactured by Riot. So you know you're getting just a phenomenal knife, okay? What are you getting for that? Well, you are getting an M390 blade. You can see their logo here. You're going to get an M390 blade. It's got this beautiful stonewash finish on it. You can see that there. It is a liner lock. You have some nice inset liners there, which I really love. And you have, I believe this is a brass backspacer. When I was talking to him, brass backspacer. And I really like the look of that green canvas micarta with that brass. I think it looks really good. You're going to get this wire clip, and I'm really a big fan of these wire clips. These are very, very sturdy. Now, it's not really a true deep carry, so you're going to have just a tiny bit out of your pocket. We're going to use this piece of mail that I keep using. So you can see, I mean, just a tiny bit out of the pocket. We're not even talking a 1/4 inch. So that is wonderful. And honestly, you're not even going to notice it. The retention on the clip is just phenomenal. Now, I love the fact that it's always inset into the scales. So that is always really nice. Now, your screw may not be, but the pocket clip wires itself are, so that's nice. It is ambidextrous, so lefties, it does have some lefty love out there. And of course, for those of you that like the lanyards, you can put a lanyard on there. The micarta on this is, I mean, what an amazing feeling to it. So I do get a lot of micarta knives here and there, and well, I don't get a lot, but I do get micarta knives, and I do like micarta. Micarta, I keep saying micarta. But there's something about the feel of this one that is really nice. It is textured like perfectly. It's got a great texture to it, great grippy feeling to it. I love that. You can see that all the other hardware on here is just going to be a plain stainless steel silver. But that's okay, because you do have your pop of color in your brass backspacer, which is wonderful. It feels really good in hand. I love that they have the jimping up here. So for those of you that like to really get up on your blade, you've got that. You really don't need the jimping back here, but you do have it up here. The back of your spine here is also nicely rounded or chamfered, so it's very smooth. You don't have any sharp edges on this micarta at all. It is very well smoothed out, rounded out, however you want to say it, sanded down. Just a great feel. I love how this fits in my hand. So again, I do have smaller hands, but it fits really, really well in my hand. It is very, very comfortable. The clip you would think would be a hot spot because of the height of it. But really, it didn't bother me. Now, I use this to cut a couple cardboard boxes, and because it's not mine, I didn't really do a whole lot else with it, okay, because I try not to, when something is sent in, unless we're actually given permission to keep it or give it away, I don't do anything major or drastic with it. But this is just feels so good. It is so comfortable. As I said, the clip is not a hot spot, which is wonderful. You've got the jimping on the back of your flipper tab. Now you can see that your flipper tab is one that's angled down a little bit. So it is nice to have that jimping on there because it does kind of give you that reassured flip every time. And it runs on bearings, so it is very, very smooth. Not super drop shutty, but again, you know, when you do close it, if you want it to drop, your flipper tab is going to get in the way a little bit. So you know, give it a little bit of a shake. It's going to go down. I think with a little more wear, this would drop very, very nicely. As I said, it is very comfortable. I've really enjoyed this one too. You know, lately we have just been getting some phenomenal knives in, and I've just been really excited to have them because there's nothing more that I love than to talk about and promote something that I really like. Although it may not be your taste, it's something I love showing because you know, it's absolutely something that I would love. So let's just kind of go with that. Let's give you some blade specs on this first, and we're going to go with, you have got a 3.1 inch blade with basically a 3-inch cutting edge, or 3.1. I mean, it's right up almost to the edge. Now your handle, or closed length, if we take a look here, you're going to be at about 1, 2, 3, 4, just over 4, right in between, so about 4.18, I think is what they said, which is going to give you a nice size. I mean, the overall is going to be 7, line it up right there on the line, we're looking at about 7¼ inches overall. And for your weight, sorry, there's a bug in here. For your weight, you are looking at 3 ounces. So it's heavy enough to know it's there, but it's still light enough to not be bothersome, to ride in the pocket so you don't even notice it, because it does ride just so nicely in the pocket. I really don't feel it there. It's super comfortable, and I love that. I love that about knives. Some of the larger ones I do have issues with because our pockets, you know, ladies' pockets are very small, and so when you do get one that you can throw in your pocket and you're not going to feel it, and it's super comfortable all day, I love that. Let's take a look at it next to a large knife here, and we'll look at it pivot to pivot against our Rat 1. So you all know I consider the Rat 1 to be a large knife. I don't know if I'd necessarily consider that a medium. I mean, I guess so, because I consider the Bug Out to be a medium size. It's just a tad smaller, not really. I mean, if you want to put it up, you know, edge to edge, butt to butt, we can line it up here against the measuring. You're really about the same size. For me, and let's do one more here. Let's take a look at it next to the Bug Out, or I'm sorry, the Bug Out, the Baby Banter. So you guys can see, you know, the Baby Banter is definitely a small knife. This is definitely more of a medium size. I wouldn't consider it a small medium. I would go full medium with it. Reason being is that you have a nice thick handle that it really makes it feel like a larger knife. As I said, you can choke up on it. Now, I'm able to get my finger on the flipper tab because I do have small fingers, and I'm able to choke up that way. So some of you with larger hands, larger fingers may not be able to do that. But for me, it is actually still very comfortable that way. Reverse grip, if you want to hold it this way, also extremely comfortable. Overall, this, I think, now I said, it is $195, but you are getting my card. It is M390. It's manufactured by Riot. So, hang on just a second, you guys. Sorry about that. We had the screen door open and the neighbors came home. So, Lola was protecting me. Oh, good dog. All right. Anyway, as I said, so for $195, yes. Does it seem a little expensive? Yes, but it is a Giantmouse knife, and it is the Ace line. It is the Corta. I personally feel it's very worth it. I personally feel it's worth it also because it is manufactured by Riot. So it's kind of that double bonus. Now, as I said, you can get the black G10 with the blacked out blade version, which is also very cool. I do not have that one, but I'll leave the link, obviously, to the knife down in the description, so you can go check that out. If you guys have any questions, any comments about this knife, please feel free to leave it down in the comments section. You know, I try to answer each and every one of you. Yeah, thanks for joining me, you guys. Hope to see you next time. Until then, take care.